Hey everybody, it's Sophie and Marco, Dish Out on Movies, the only movie review channel on YouTube that reviews movies in terms of food. Well, we are on episode 5 of The Biggest Loser, which was entitled Diving In. The remaining contestants are fighting for every proverbial pound drop, as I personally fight to keep them on. It's just weird, but both are battles, that's for sure. By this time in their paths to success, I don't remember any contestant losing more than 7 pounds this week. This episode was a lot tighter and better edited, even though the music, I put in quotes, pops up at every turn. It's on a lot less. This week it was swimming week. I thought it was interesting how it focused on several of the women wearing swimsuits. For some it was like falling off a bicycle or tripping over something on the sidewalk and falling down on the butt or forward on the face. A little heartbreaking, especially for the former beauty contestant. She didn't have to say anything. Her looks said it all. The other women, the older one from Kentucky, I think, made light of it by parading in front of the mirror like a supermodel. Actually, that was a very good attitude for her to take. Also, it provided a leadership example for the others, to not let seeing yourself in a swimsuit bother you, to plunge forward, make light of it, and move on.
It's good, but I really don't think we needed to see that.
Well, whatever. I like the swimming because exercising in water is a lot less hard on the joints, but the exercise is not any easier. On the other hand, the challenge, which earned the team a 3-pound advantage, was terrible. I don't know if it was a time issue or what. Let me explain. Step exercise is a basic 3-level step. I know this because years ago I exercised to step tapes with a step apparatus. I still have it. The issue for me was that they had to use the most advanced level of step, thereby making it more difficult to do and harder on the knees. If I could get my page turned. And legs. The goal was for the team to get the most steps and they would win. Well, using an advanced step by people who have never done the routine before makes it nearly impossible. And this is hard on the knees, like I said. One woman started cramping up in her arms and hands because she needed electrolytes. She was dehydrated, in other words. I know what this is like. It hurts like hell. And although she was lucky her feet, ankles, and legs weren't affected, she was distracted by the pain and discomfort in her arms to continue. Okay, now we're on to sharing in front of the camera, another one of my pet peeves. The group share was minimal this week. I like that because it's not our business, I believe. However, the show made up for it by a personal letter given to the Kentucky lady by the contestant who left. The two had what seemed like a mother-daughter relationship, which the young girl wanted and needed, since the relationship with her real mother is strained. Kentucky lady then shared the whole letter with the audience. I did not agree with that. Even on Survivor and Big Brother, people rarely share an entire letter. So I give this episode a C+. Why? It was a lot better edited. The women in the swimsuit scene and their reactions was interesting. However, the challenge was awful, and sharing an entire personal letter was not good. Marco?
That's what I have to say about this show. Actually, I liked this episode. It was fun. It was not as bad as episodes 2, 3, and 4, but it was not as good as episode 1. because I actually went back and I watched the old Biggest Loser, and the old Biggest Loser is like 1,000 times better in terms of entertainment value and in terms of the way that it is. I mean, it's a great show. Even though, like, you should not be embarrassed to like that show. It's a great show and very entertaining. Even though most of it is just BS. And in fact, one of the trainers in the old Biggest Loser, she even says, like, this isn't the real world, this is the Biggest Loser. And I thought that's an interesting thing, the way that she looks at it, because this show, it seems like it's just really dull. It's like one of those remakes and reboots that you wonder, like, why did this need to happen? Because here's another thing. There's a scene that I saw in the old Biggest Loser where she was having someone do tire flips. And guess what? She was telling them how to do the tire flips. Like, she was giving them instruction on how to do it. She was telling them, okay, do this, do this, do this. It wasn't like in the Biggest Loser reboot where remember that challenge with the tire flipping and they just did it. They didn't even know how to do it.
No.
They weren't given any instruction, anything like that. But in that old show, they were given instruction. And something else.
That would have helped, too.
I think this episode's okay. It actually wasn't that bad. I mean, it's not as bad as the past episodes, of course. I bet someone will still dislike it for some reason. Because I don't know if people know this, but disliking a video actually helps videos just as much as liking them. But yeah, this episode was pretty funny. There was some really funny stuff with the swimming with that Kentucky woman, with her, particularly with her.
I think her name's Kim, but I'm not positive.
I don't really care. She was very goofy and weird this episode, and that was pretty funny and entertaining, since the show's pretty dull and boring. And then they're at the swimming place, and they're dancing around in the bathroom, staring at themselves in the mirror. And
not all of them, not the beauty contestant. She was very upset.
And most of them go up to the mirror and just have a look of disappointment. And it was really funny. Especially when two of them start modeling with each other. I was like, oh, oh God. And then the thing at the end with the letter reminded me of Better Call Saul. Because in Better Call Saul, if you guys don't know, in season 4 of Better Call Saul, there's this letter that's introduced into the plot, and supposedly the letter was written by someone very important, but there's many clues inside the letter that suggest that it was not written by this person. But the thing is, the letter is just kind of thrown away and is never brought up again, really. And
although we can't get off of it, we still think about it.
Because it's irritating. It's like, it would be such an easy, like, you could have resolved, or I'm not going to talk about Better Call Saul now. But it reminded me of that. It's just funny since we're reviewing that show as well, while reviewing this show. And she reads the letter, and I thought about how funny it was how we made fun of how they don't have any privacy when they're doing the therapy sessions. Well, and then of course the camera people, they're like, oh my God, look, she really got a personal letter. Oh, we gotta show that. Let's have her go read it to us. Hey.
I think she could have refused.
Oh,
and maybe said one thing.
Why don't you read that for us? We want to hear what it says. The viewers want to hear what it says. It's like, no, we don't. We don't really give an F what the stupid letter says.
I just don't believe in that.
It really doesn't have anything to do with Biggest Loser weight loss competition. And like, it actually started to irritate me because it made me miss elements of the older Biggest Loser that I despise, like the Temptations and and the voting people off, like on Survivor. Like, I'd much rather watch that show than watch this show with the personal gabbing and the soap opera crap, the stupid, pointless soap opera crap. It does not need to be shown. It has nothing to do with Biggest Loser weight loss, except for the little conversation that they have together, because Safi pointed out she needs a mother figure because her own mother is a witch.
Abusive.
And, well, I don't think anymore, though, but back then she was.
No, but I don't think
so,
she's contrite about it. I think she doesn't realize the damage it's done to her daughter.
And they never even resolved that either.
No.
They introduced that, and thinking of it in terms of a show, they introduced that plot. Now that plot's going to go nowhere, and that pisses me off too. And then we have the therapy session.
But that was minimal.
Well, it got me thinking. Well, no, I don't think about this shitty show, but it got me thinking a little bit about that. They're talking about people. You shouldn't be using alcohol to. You shouldn't be abusing alcohol when you're feeling down. But the thing is, like, isn't that a stereotype of when people have something bad happen, they get wasted?
Or they go to the bar.
They go to the bar.
Talk to the bartender.
The bartender says, "Had a bad day," or
even
something.
in The Shining, that's a major.
That's one of the key. But that's different because he's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But I don't really think that drinking booze when you're down is the same thing as being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
But I do think that this kid was having some symptoms of alcoholism. So, but then you have the creepy weirdo old guy,
the coach,
and of course last episode?
Yes.
Last episode, he was trying to imply that his sons were gay just because he talked to a gay person, and like completely disgusting behavior. And in this episode, he's getting into this other guy's business. He's like, "You should really go get some help for that, son."
But I just think, my opinion for that, and I'm sorry I didn't bring it up. I'm glad Marco did. My opinion was that he was trying to take the focus off himself. In other words, instead of worrying about his self, about what he needs to do, he's focusing on other people to distract himself away from the real issue. Was he's there for himself, and those people need to take care of their business.
Wouldn't mess around.
He doesn't need to get into their business. I'm sorry, I just don't like this.
You're playing with fire.
And that's what I said. It was a distraction for him, and he didn't lose as much weight. But of course, to be fair, nobody is. And he was losing like 10 pounds at a time up to now. He didn't lose that much. I don't remember. I think he lost maybe 4 or 5. And in fact, the one who went home, I don't think she lost. It wasn't like she just lost a pound. I think she lost 4, maybe. I think that was like the average. I should start keeping track of that, the averages. But like I said, I don't think anybody lost more than 7. And that guy, on all the other episodes, I think he had lost like at least 10, and he didn't do that this week because it's getting harder. I mean, that's the way it is. And what you do, and I know Marco does not like the female trainer for many reasons, but she does bring it out when you find out who gets eliminated, which has been like on her team, I think for the most part.
That was a terrible moment for her too, because she was having a temper tantrum again about.
Well, but she brought up the fact that she'll say, "Well, that person lost like 23 pounds or something."
That's a good thing.
Well, it is a good thing. So, and that's true. So it is a good thing.
I failed you. It's all about me, because it's a reality show. I wish that bitch witch from the older Biggest Loser was back so that I could go cry alone. That's what it always ends up for her.
And I don't know what that means either. I don't know if that means that she really does feel bad, or if she is upset because she's competing with this I love myself other trainer, and
he's even worse than her.
and he
Because he's so dopey.
and he and, you know, it's a competition between the two of them and how effective they are, and like she might think, you know, bad of herself for not doing better with them. But like I said, it is up to these people if they want to lose the
And
weight
then-
to do it.
And then you have the music.
Yeah.
You can do everything you want to do.
Well, it was very brief. I mean,
That's
really,
what it's like, though. Like what I just did. It's
Oh,
like
I know.
it's like one line,
they picked one
and
line.
shitty music in the background, no one likes, and then that's it. And it's like,
It was
what?
very brief this week. Like I said,
What
it was
is
better
this?
edited. It was very tight,
As I
and
said,
that's a good thing.
let's go watch the old show.
No, I don't want to.
No, no, I'm not asking you. I'm saying, I'm suggesting to the audience / maybe the people who made this shitty version of the show that they should go back and watch the old show and make it the old show again, because even though the old show has a lot of problems in terms of health issues and all that crap, you can make a couple of fixes and you can make it a really good show. So, anything else, Sophie?
No, but you didn't. I don't. Did you say?
I
your
never
grade
rated
was?
it.
Yeah.
I give it a C+. I was gonna give it a B-, but that's what I gave the first episode. I gave it a B-, and I don't think this is as good as the first episode, so I give it a C+.
Well, like I said, I was going to rate it higher too, but the challenge and the fact that that woman shared a personal letter like that, the whole thing, it sounded like to me. And we saw her reading it. I mean, she unfolded the paper and went through it, because I think it was more than one page. It might have been 2 or 3 pages, and I just don't agree with that. I'm sorry, I just don't. I think the personal stuff, because why do we need to hear that? Why is it our business?
We don't.
And she could have said maybe a couple lines and then summarized it and said, you know, she just appreciated our friendship, and I don't know if she did say it on camera, but the lady who left, but she did not. I don't know if she said that in our like our future off the show that we'll be friends. You know, she did say that on camera, but in the letter, I don't know if she said that or not.
Oh yeah, and then it was hilarious because the woman who got sent home, as well as having to deal with the fact that she had an abusive mother,
her boyfriend
broke up with her, so she starts going on this feminist tirade.
Well, she was crying.
That female trainer would be proud of, and that's how the episode.
Well, she was devastated. The girl just doesn't seem to catch a break. But she looks better. And she needs to revel in the successes that she's made and keep working on more.
She really is the biggest loser.
Because she's young. She's not, I mean, this Kim person and that coach, they're older. And they've made it clear. They brought it up, too. It's a lot harder for them to do what they're doing because they're older. They have all these bad habits instilled in them for years and years and years.
That's why in the old Biggest Loser, they had different age group teams. And for the old people team, guess what happened? The entire team almost, except for like one person, got eliminated every single week because old people have trouble losing weight. So anyway,
yeah, they do.
That's it.
Not me though.
That's it for me. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.